Now, when it comes to your catalog of music,
Hmm.
what's been your biggest song so far in that?
I'll probably say my record Ice off my project Poverty Stricken.
And why do you consider that to be your biggest at this point?
I feel like I didn't think, I just created. Like I wasn't trying to be conscious, I wasn't trying to be street, I wasn't trying to be nothing. Like I was just in mode and like in my zen on that record. And it was like commercial friendly. It was something for everybody. Everybody could take something from that record.
Now, are there any unknown facts or stories in regards to this song that's never been publicly mentioned before? Could be in regards to creating it, recording it, or releasing it.
Um, the first hook on that, I sent it to my producer, my executive producer. The first time I cut the hook, I was trying too hard. Like I was trying to be conscious or like trying to convey a certain message on the record, and the record didn't call for that. The record called for something simple that caught people's ear. So when I sent it to my producer, he called me immediately, like, bro, that hook gotta go. Like that's not it. Like stop thinking so much and just create. So the second pass of the hook, when I sent the second pass of the hook, he called me like, you got one. That's it.
And care to share the name of this producer you're referencing here as well?
Pay Cash, platinum producer. Shout out to Inkster, Inktown.
Now, did you know when you were creating, recording, or releasing this song that it would become the biggest, if not the biggest, in your body of music?
Hell nah, cause like during that time I was taking like 10,000 jump shots in regards to how much music I was recording at that time. So to me, I love the record, the team loved the record, but it was just like another day in the office for me. But once we released and I started to see how the people took to it, then you feel me, I knew then. But my producer told me then, before we even released it, like, bro, you got one with that. You got one with it, for sure.
You did mention that phrase there, so pardon the brain fog.
No doubt.
But looking back, specifically, what led this song to get as far as it has today compared to your other music?
I wasn't thinking. I wasn't trying. I was just in love with creating music in that specific space at a time when I created that record. I wasn't thinking too much. I was just creating. Like I didn't try cadences, none of that. Like that shit just naturally came out. That was like a one take record. I didn't think about cadences and hooks like I usually do now or like I was at that time. It was just I wrote. And whatever came out, I laid it. And when I laid it, shit was fire.
Now, just to cross the T's and dot the I's here, was it a particular platform you released that song on back then?
I think just YouTube. Yep, I think I mean, of course it was on DSPs and all of that shit because it came with my actual project, Poverty Stricken at that time. But yeah, it was on everything that you could listen to music on.
Was it a cosign from someone on that song, perhaps?
No, I don't think we got no cosigns from that. No, yeah, no, we ain't get no cosigns.
Was it a marketing strategy at all for that song in particular?
During that time, we were with a subdivision up under RCA. So shout out to Same Plate and Mark Pitts. They were newly staffed, so we ran with their marketing strategy for that record.
And what was the name of that subdivision?
Same Plate.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. Shout out to Same Plate.
And was there a visual that was created for this song, as in a music video?
Hell yeah. That's probably to this day. That's probably like one of the most fun times I had creating a music video.
So for clarification, do you think it was that music video that led to this song's success, or it was just the audio itself before the video even released?
It was the audio itself. I feel like the video just took the shit to the next level because we had fun shooting it, for sure. But the music was already there. And shout out to Jason Joshua. Jason Joshua mixed that. So, yeah, hell yeah.
Because this was your biggest song so far in your catalog, and it came out 2020 was the release of that album?
Yep, 2020 was the release of that.
Was there any thought to a remix back then for that song?
We talked about it briefly, but me and my team didn't fully dive into it. Like, around that time, bro, I was damn near, even though, like, we had seen success from that record and from that body of work, I was damn near off music. I was back in the streets hustling by the time that project came out.
And what was the reasoning for that?
The reason for what exactly?
For discontinuing music at that point in your life?
I had got to a space to where, like, I had been chasing the music for so long, and I hadn't seen the results that I personally wanted to see. I was getting a lot of good traction, but I felt like I was just emotionally and mentally immature at that time and didn't know how the music business and all of that shit worked. So because it wasn't given to me how I foreseen it, I said, fuck it, and walked away from it.
And that led to a gap of music
Most definitely.
in your career.
For sure. Shit, it's 2024. It's going on 4 years. I'm just now surfacing back musically.
What got you to surface back?
I would say going through healing childhood trauma and psychedelic therapy, for sure. Like, I attribute everything that I am today and everything that I'm going to become to psychedelic therapy, sitting with mushrooms and being able to look at myself for the first time, you feel me, and starting to deal with my shit and starting to forgive a lot of people and, you feel me, work through my trauma.
And this therapy, this was done with the hands of a professional or at the hands of a professional?
With a shaman, for sure. I work with a shaman. And then I got to a space to where I was doing it by myself, of course. But majority, maybe like the first year and a half, 2 years, I would do small trips by myself, certain trips by myself. But I'd be flying to Arizona, or like my shaman would be coming up here, or I'd be going to, I think he was in North Carolina at the time. I'd be going out there and sitting with the medicine with him.
And here, was that a reference to Atlanta, Georgia?
No. Hell no. It was North Carolina. It was Arizona, and then it was back home in Detroit.
Okay, got it. Now, any regret? You've already explained why things stopped, but there was talk of a remix. Any regret to not continuing with that remix?
Knowing that the industry and music wasn't really in the space like it is now in regards to like content being king, no, I ain't really got no regret for real. I ain't about to lie and be like, yeah, I got regret. Nah, we did everything that we were supposed to do in that time.
And finally, anything else you want to mention about this song or a question you weren't asked? People want to know just about that.
No, hell no. Let's catch them up to speed.